Do have some questions. I didn't work yet. Um, ask. So I was trying to have some questions up in the background. I guess it paused it when I went to it, so maybe I can still do that. But the question was, what is my main goal right now? So just a little bit about me. I got into fitness when in my early 20s. I wish I would have got in a little bit earlier, but that's just not what happened. Uh, it was pretty casual for a while. I got serious. I fell off. I got serious. Um, and for the majority of my 30s, so I turned 40 on May 27th. That's coming up next year. Um, but I turned 40, and my goal right now is to be in the best shape of my life when I'm 40 years old. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to nail this diet I've been trying to nail for a while. Uh, but right now, so talking about my past a little bit more. So between like 27 and 29, I was in pretty peak condition. I was eating the same thing every day. I was training hard. I was doing cardio. I was getting pretty strong. I was keeping my body fat down, and it felt good. And then I got married when I turned 30, and then I just kind of got lazy with the whole fitness thing, and I got I was getting pretty chubby because I was drinking almost every night. I got up to, I think, about 220 pounds. And then a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that, I decided I was going to try to get back in really good shape. And I was, and with that same timing, like just about 5 minutes down the road, they opened the Anytime Fitness. And my whole deal with going to the gym was it was something I wanted to do every single day. I didn't want to take rest days, even though you should. Advice, but I didn't want to take any rest days. Like, I wanted to go every single day, and I was trying to before. I was driving maybe 25 minutes to a YMCA that didn't open till 5, and then on the weekends the hours were weird, and I couldn't get in that groove, of going to the gym every day. Um, what do you? What's up, Sky? What do you recommend for someone that has a hard time adding muscle mass? I mean, the first thing you might want to do is make sure you're eating enough food. Like, if you're not if you're not really counting your calories or your protein intake or anything like that, maybe that'd be a start. But if you are doing that and you're tracking how much you're eating, then simply you're just going to have to add probably 500 calories a day, and it's not going to happen overnight. Um, and it's a hard question to answer without knowing. Like, how often do you go to the gym? Do you know how many calories you're eating per day? I think with that information, I might be able to help you out a little bit more. But I would say I mean, it's hard to say with I don't know how active you are, but I'd say if you're not eating 3,000 calories a day, going to the gym at least 4 times a week and lifting heavy and hard, like, you have to be honest with yourself if you're lifting like really heavy or not, and honest with yourself about how much you're eating. because when I first started lifting, I was probably only 135 pounds. And I started eating a lot more and training pretty hard, at least 5 times a week. And let's see, 1 time a day for 6 days, around 2,500 calories, 170 pounds at 6'2". So if you're having trouble putting on muscle mass, I would say go ahead and up that to about 3,000 calories. Make sure you're getting, if you're 170 pounds and you're trying to put on weight, making sure you get 200 grams of protein a day. But yeah, 3,000 calories, 200 grams of protein a day. Do that for a month. Monitor your weight. If you're not taking creatine, take creatine and make sure you're drinking enough water. That'll help you hold on to it. And after a month, if it's not changing, then up the calories even more. Eat 3,500 calories and make sure you're getting that 200 grams of protein. I think that'll get you to where you want to be. Mustafa says, fitting this pizza in my mouth. I hear you. I think right now I'm trying to cut, but I think when the hardest thing for me to resist is pizza, so that's pretty funny. And yeah, try that out, Sky. Let me know how that works out for you. I do long form content. Like I used to do it every single day, and now I'm kind of hit and miss with it. It wasn't really going where I want to, but I do post about my workouts. I don't really talk about what I eat a lot, but that might be something I change. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and follow. Appreciate it. I posted my leg day yesterday. Post politics, you'll get followers in no time. Nah, I'm good. I'm all about fitness. I'm all about gaming, and I think that's pretty much it. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I posted my leg day yesterday, and I've been changing up my training a lot. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about when you're going into like a cut that you need to actually train really heavy and just lower volume, and when you're bulking up a little bit to you can do a little higher volume because your body's just going to recover better, and that really makes a whole lot of sense to me. But I was talking about my recent fitness journey is that I'm trying to get in the best shape of my life by the time I turn 40, which is on May 27th. And what I'm doing right now is locking into my diet. And what I found works best for me when I'm really trying to cut and really trying to stick to it is to keep it as simple as possible. Excuse me. But let's see. So right now my diet's pretty simple. This is what I'm eating. I'm taking my multivitamin. I definitely need to add more vegetables to my diet, but I'm just kind of lazy when it comes to that. So I start my day. I have 6 whole eggs. I put a little bit of olive oil in there in the pan for some more healthy fat. It's like a fat bomb, fat protein. That's all that is. It keeps me full until I get to lunch, and I'm hitting a certain amount of fat every day so that my hormones stay in check, and that goes in line with like a lot of stuff, like your testosterone. So it's important to get the right amount. And then for lunch, I buy this, what is it? Mahatma cilantro limon rice, however you say that. You make fun of me if you want to. And some Nature's Promise pre-cooked chicken. And put that together. It's around 800 calories, and I put some more olive oil in it. It's about 900 calories and it's about 60 grams of protein. I have that meal twice a day. And I mean, that's pretty much it. And I find when I stick to something simple, something that's easy to cook, easy to prepare, it's just a lot easier for me to stick to my diet. So if you haven't tried that, maybe try that out. I got another question prepared. Let me check that out. How many hours of sleep do you get on average each night? So sleep definitely is a really big part of, trying to get in really good shape. I think sleep, like, it's hard sometimes, right? Because some of us go to the gym like really early in the morning and we're sitting here and we're thinking, okay, so if I really need to get at least 8 hours of sleep a night, if I do that, I'm not going to be able to go to the gym in the morning, and I'm probably not going to go in the afternoon. And so would it be more important to only sleep 6 hours and then go to the gym and do that instead of getting 8 hours of sleep? I'd say on occasion is fine. So if the sleep thing's an issue, I don't think you have to train as often as you think you do to really put on some muscle. What I would offer is, if that's your situation, to maybe train really hard 3 times a week. So if you're not able to sleep 8 hours every night and go to the gym, maybe those 3 days, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Monday, you only sleep for 6 hours. You spend that extra time in the gym, you do a push day, and then Tuesday you get a full night's rest. Then Wednesday you do the 6 hours, you do a pull day, and then Thursday you get full 8 hours, and then Friday you do your leg day with only 6 hours of sleep, and then the weekend you sleep 8 hours. Like, if that's really the issue, if that's the thing that's blocking you from really, pushing the needle and getting to where you want to be in your fitness journey, I think that could be something you could implement. And that's hard for me, because for a while there I wanted to go every day, and I think I went 180 days in a row, and mentally I felt good about it, but then my shoulder started hurting again. And if you've ever dealt with shoulder issues, going to the gym is really not a fun thing to deal with. Any questions, guys? All right, let's go back and see what other question I can pull up. All right, next question is, do you prefer training in the morning or at night? I think the perfect time for me to train is in the afternoon. I think once I've had a couple meals, I'm hydrated, I've been moving around all day, I think for me, that's when I can train most optimally. And that's not always the case, because when you go to train in the afternoon, there's some things that can get in the way. But for me, if in a perfect world, I'd want to train between 1 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon, after I've had breakfast, I've been hydrated pretty good, and I had a second meal and it's had time to digest. I think in a perfect world, that's when I would want to train. And there's nothing wrong with training early in the morning. Like, it's pretty cool to wake up and the first thing you do is go to the gym and you work out hard. But the flip side of that, if you did the same workout you did when you first woke up in the afternoon, after you've been awake for a while and you've had plenty of nutrition and you've had plenty of liquid and things like that, I think that workout would be a lot better. I mean, that's just how it is. Let's see what this next question is. Give me 1 second. Alright, so the next question is, what's your favorite muscle group to train? It's definitely legs. It's always going to be legs. I don't foresee that changing in the future at all. I think there's a certain appeal about training your legs hard, that you can't really get from any other muscle. Um, and it's hard to explain to somebody that hasn't had like a really, really good leg day, like a really hard leg day. And if you haven't had a workout like that, then I mean, when you do, you love it or you hate it. And I hate it. I mean, I love it because I hate it. And I understand not a lot of people are willing to push their legs that hard. So that's part of the appeal to me, liking training legs so much. Um, but I, I, it was funny when I first started training legs. For the longest time, I'd do hamstring curls. And you know, if you never really push your hamstrings, you start pushing them, I swear it feels like you're going to pull them or something. And I never got past that for the longest time until the last couple of years. I used to get on the hamstring curl machine and I'd just do like 50 pounds, and I'd think that was heavy. And you know, I thought it'd feel good. But then I started pushing it, and now on a good day, I'm doing hamstring curls with 110 pounds. So think out of all of my muscles, my hamstrings have come the farthest, but not far behind them is my quads. Because same thing with leg extensions. I thought I was pushing myself hard, and maybe I was, but when I start with leg curls and I do some hard sets of leg curls, it really gets my knees warm. And once my knees are warm, it makes the rest of my leg workout a little bit easier. That's why I put squats at the end. I used to hurt myself all the time doing squats because I'd do it at the beginning, you know, and it might work for some people, but I put squats at the end of my leg workout. So I'll do the hamstring curls, I'll do a few sets there, and then I'll do some hard sets of leg extensions. And by the time all that's done, my legs are primed and ready to go, and I'll go to the squat rack. I'll warm up again because you're about to put your body through hell pretty much. And then I'll get to my working weight. And you know, I used to think I pushed myself pretty hard in the gym until I decided one day, and I found a song that really hyped me up, like gave me chills, and my heart would start racing. I'm looking at the bar, and for me, 225 pounds is pretty heavy. Like, it's just where I'm at. But looking at that weight on that bar, and then I play my Soldier's Rage, Attack on Titan remix, and there's a certain part of that when it hits it, like it gives me chills, and then I get under that bar, and I'm just in the zone, and I'm able to push myself a little bit harder. So if you don't have like a song or a playlist that really gets you hype, that might be something you want to try, is find some songs like that. But there's really nothing like getting under that bar and then thinking in your head, you know, I'm going to stop at 8, and you're standing in there and you're breathing heavy, and then you bust out another rep. You're like, shoot, I'm going to go for another. And you end up doing 12 reps. Like, I don't really think there's a comparison. There's not another exercise that can feel that good. It's been a long time since I deadlift, but you know, that one can feel pretty good. Yeah, nothing can beat squats. But tomorrow, it's been a while since I've had a push day, so that's something I'm going to try, see if my shoulder's ready. And if I go in there and I start, maybe what I'll do is instead of doing push-pull legs, and that way I can leave the push portion of the workout as a question mark, maybe what I'll try is on Monday I'll do upper, Tuesday I'll do lower, I'll rest on Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll do upper, and then Friday I'll do lower, and then Saturday, Sunday rest, or maybe I'll start back again on Sunday after one rest day. And I think doing that will leave my options open, because an upper body day could be a number of things. Like, it could just be a pull day if my shoulders keep killing me, but if my shoulder's feeling good, it might be leaning more towards a push day, and then like a 20% pull day. Like, I think for me that might work out pretty well. So that might be something we try. I think if we don't get a lot more questions, I'm going to end this at about, I don't know, about 30 minutes. But if you guys got questions, ask away. Right now I'm at 190. My leanest is probably about 6 months ago. I was dipping down into the mid 170s, and that was feeling pretty good. But I just kind of fell off again, you know. And this whole thing is, it's definitely a marathon. It's definitely not a sprint. You hear it all the time, but there's going to be ups and downs, and it's just not going to always go according to plan. But the important thing is, no matter how many times you fall off, you get back on and you just try again. I think my biggest obstacle right now is, I have it in my head that it's okay if I have a drink every few days, but I mean, when you're really trying to cut and you're really getting serious about bodybuilding, there's no room for alcohol, and it's just a tough habit to break. But we're going to keep on trying, and I think I'll be able to do that. The diet really is starting to come together, and it's because I'm keeping it simple, like easy stuff to prepare: pre-prepared chicken, microwavable rice. Eggs are easy. You can get them done in 5 minutes. Like, if you stick to things like that, you're taking your multivitamin, your creatine, you're drinking enough water, you're staying within your calorie goals, your protein goals, fats, carbs. You nail all that, and you don't drink alcohol like me, you're going to get shredded pretty quick, I think. But we're getting there. Like, you can see the vascularity right here. We'll get there though. Anybody got any questions? I had Sky earlier ask about how to put on some muscle because he's struggling. What did he say? He's 6'2", 170 pounds, and is struggling to put on some weight. Hopefully he can get there. Anybody else doesn't have any questions, I'm going to go back to my list and answer something. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm going to look at my list here. This question is, what exercise do you dread the most but you know you need to do? I don't like, a lot of people would say squats, but I just enjoy the challenge so much that, you know, on a bad day when I'm tired, I'm definitely not looking forward to squats. But I'm trying to think of another exercise I don't like. So on push day, I like doing bench press. I like cable flies, cable presses, dips. I like training triceps, biceps, shoulders. I like training shoulders. I really can't think of anything that I think when I do RDLs, and I don't do them often because I don't want to sound like I'm just broken. I get elbow pain, lower back pain. I've been working in retail for 17 years, so my back is, I think if I didn't go to the gym, my back would be a lot worse than it is right now. But yeah, I'd rather do this full time than work in retail maybe one day, right? Just gotta keep on grinding. So, I mean, I don't really think there's any exercises that, I don't think there's any that I don't like. I just love bodybuilding and hate cardio. Does that count? I hate cardio, even though I know it's necessary. On days I work in retail, I get about 20,000 steps. So I don't think I have to do cardio, but I know if I ever leave that job, that I'm going to have to implement more cardio, which means more time in the gym and more time doing cardio. I used to actually like cardio because I used to run. I used to run a lot. And I think running outside is a lot more fun than running on the treadmill. And I think that's easier to get motivated to do. So maybe that's something. Maybe go for a run outside instead of running on the treadmill. I think that'll be better for you. But I did used to run a lot, and I ran so much I think I was losing muscle mass. Like, I think my one time the longest distance I ran was 10 miles, and I did it in an hour and 10 minutes, and that felt pretty good. But I also ran so much I messed up my ankle and I was off my feet for a while. So alright, we got a few more minutes. Let's go back and see if got another question. Alright, so this question is, how do I track my macros? So I have some basic meals that I'll eat if I'm out and about. I know what I can get. Like, if I go to McDonald's, I know I can get 2 double cheeseburgers, and it's like 45 grams of fat, it's 50 grams of protein, and it's about 900 calories. Like, I know I can get that. You know, that's probably a good idea, something to have that you can fit into your meals in the day, because it's not a perfect world. We're not always going to be able to cook all our meals, so having something like that in your back pocket, like you're out and about and you know the macros of something. Like, I know I can get a foot long from Subway grilled chicken. I know the general amount of macros, and you know that can vary because it depends on the person making the sandwich. That's why in a controlled environment in your house with the food scale, that's going to always be the optimal, but we can't always be optimal, so I think that's important. But the way I track my macros is I make a simple optimal meal. Like, on an optimum day, I'm going to eat 6 eggs. I'm going to eat chicken and rice for 2 meals, and everything's going to have 1 serving of olive oil in it for the healthy fats. And I know, after putting in all the numbers, how many calories that's going to be, how many grams of protein, and I'm hitting my fats, and everything else is getting filled out in the carbs. So, but if I'm not sure about something, you can simply, like, if you're out and about and you just kind of splurge. Like yesterday, we were out and my wife was getting hungry, so we stopped at Zaxby's, and I'm like, all right, I don't want the fries, I don't want a soda, because I know those calories are going to be completely empty. And they had their little chicken tender taco things, the Chipotle ranch ones. So I didn't even look it up before I ordered it. I got 3 of those, and then I got home, and then what I did was I just got on the ChatGPT, and I just simply asked it. I said, macros for Zaxby's chicken, Chipotle ranch chicken tacos 3, and then it brought it up, and then I just added that into my day, and I told it what I had for breakfast: 6 eggs and olive oil, and it told me I was at like 1,400. Oh, and I had some chicken too. I was at like 1,400 calories and 110 grams of protein. I was right on track to hit my fat content, and everything looked good. So even though I ate out somewhere, it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't the end of my diet. It wasn't. I could still salvage it, and that's what I did. But I guess that's it for now. I appreciate you, Sky, for coming in and asking a question, and I hope I answered it well. Thank you for the sub, and I'll be seeing you later, I'm sure. Don't let that dreamer die. Keep the grind alive. Never give up on yourself, and don't let those hard days win. I'll see you guys next time, and keep it going. Have a good one, guys. As soon as I can figure out how to stop this. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. See you guys later.